Changes to the state's recreational marijuana law could be coming. Today, Governor DeWine explained what they plan to do. Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trout learned the latest in what the GOP wants to change and how Democrats are pushing back.
Ohio voters spoke.
They were voting to whether to legalize marijuana in the state of Ohio. We have an obligation, I believe, to carry that out.
Issue 2 legalizing recreational marijuana for adults passed decisively, but that doesn't mean that it can't be edited by Statehouse leaders. Governor Mike DeWine met with the heads of the Senate and the House to discuss changes he wants to make to the law.
I don't think any of the things that I have suggested that we do really flies in the face of the spirit of what people were voting for.
They have 3 main priorities to address: guardrails for children, tax policy, and safety on the roads. DeWine wants to prevent weed exposure by changing where people can smoke, limiting access to products like edibles, and putting guidelines around advertising. The leaders also want to change tax policy by moving sales tax from a social equity program to local law enforcement. This could then help with preventing high drivers.
I have to focus on it because we have to administer it. We have to make sure it actually does in fact work. We have to make sure it's a fair tax.
And while Republican leaders pick and choose what they want,
it's a slap in the face to Ohio voters.
Democrats like State Rep Casey Weinstein feel the GOP is leaving them and the Ohioans out of the conversation.
I really don't like, and that I see a lot at the Statehouse, is decisions being made behind closed doors. Well, Ohio voters have earned a seat at the table.
Voters chose 57 to 43% that they wanted the recreational marijuana package that was being sold by the advocates. Weinstein says there is room for clarifying the law, but he doesn't trust the Republicans to not completely change it.
I fear that could happen now, especially given the rushed timeline that the governor has put on the legislature here.
DeWine wants the lawmakers to come to an agreement by the effective date, but once weed is legal and citizens are abiding by a set of laws.
How do you put the genie back in the bottle?
With or without the changes, the law goes into effect on December 7th. At the Columbus Bureau, I'm Morgan Trout reporting.
Now, marijuana cultivators in Ohio say they feel like they're in limbo now that issue 2 is passed. Clutch Cannabis says the company is now waiting on plans to expand grow operations in retail stores. The company wants to get ahead of production before dispensaries can legally sell late next year. And how much demand is another big unknown for business owners.
It will take time, I think, to capture more and more of that revenue and tax it and regulate it and that sort of thing. Part of the state's ability to do that is going to depend on, some policy decisions that are made here.
Clutch Cannabis already has 2 medical storefronts in Lorain and Canton. The owner adds those locations will add on adult use sales. The company is also working on building a 3rd storefront in Summit County if local officials agree to it.